Hello, and my name is Lila, and yours is
Bertha,
Bertha.
with a Q after the R. Berqtha.
Okay.
Last name Bohm. Bohme. In my country, that's how you symbolize the O with the two dots, but O.
Okay.
Is there a problem?
No, I just want to make sure I get everything correct.
Okay.
And when is your birthday?
April 9th, 1980.
So that
The
would
day
make,
of my birth.
that would make you 33. Is that correct?
Yes!
Okay.
Math.
Okay, would you mind me asking, well, before we get started, did you have trouble finding the place?
Well, after I went to the closet through Narnia and, got through Mordor, not too bad.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Well, you're here. Right now, how are you feeling?
Barely. Well, one does not simply walk into Mordor, so. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Would you care for some water or something?
No. I would not care for some water, silly. I'm a Scientologist. Okay. Oh, I like that you have a good sense of humor. Continue on.
Yeah. Well, I can tell this is gonna be fun.
Fun.
Yeah. So just while we get started, I just want you to know a couple of policies that we use, for my licensure.
Yes.
And everything that you say here is confidential. I can't tell anybody
anything.
anything.
That feels so good to
well,
me.
not without a written permission. There are a couple of, I would say,
Circumstances in which you're going to tell someone?
well, where I would be
No
required
takesy backsies.
by law to go ahead and
Oh.
tell people. Like if you
Law.
were going to harm someone else, or harm yourself. And if there's a judge's order, I may be required to tell a judge something. So.
Sweet.
But other than that, everything that you say here, I won't even tell that we've talked in a professional manner. Okay?
Cool beans.
Okay. So, do you want to tell me back what you understand that I just said?
We're all pals here. All pinky promises are good unless, I'm gonna, kill someone or myself or the judge wants to. Continue on.
All right. So, what brought you here today?
Crack. And my use of crack. Which I inject, not stick in, a blender or something, because that would be weird, right? I'm glad you have a good sense of humor.
Well, you just have one of those contagious smiles.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So there wasn't any problems with the law or anything like that. You're coming in to take care of this
You can say that.
now. Okay.
I'd prefer if you'd say that.
Okay. Well, what do you take any other drugs other than crack?
Started Pixie Sticks when I was 6.
Pixie sticks when you're 6. Well, that can be a hard
I
subject.
also started rhyming when I was 6, as you can well tell.
Pixie sticks 6. Yeah, that can be a hard subject to go ahead and kick. I was thinking
Dr.
more.
Seussiphobia.
I hope you're seeing someone for that. Are you taking any medications?
Yeah, I got some Charles Dickens, so. Okay, continue.
I was thinking more along the lines of drinking beer or whiskey or maybe
All the vodka. All of the vodka. Even that little, pink bubbly crap. All the vodka. We're just friends here.
This is true. So what would you say are your concerns?
Concerned that I drink too much vodka and inject too much cocaine into myself. Which has nothing to do with my daughter making smoothies or anything. But I really just prefer...
So you mentioned that you have a daughter.
Oh yes, Bernice.
And how old is she?
12.
Okay. And does she live with you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have anybody else living in the home with you?
We have so many cats.
Cats. You're an animal lover.
I can say that. I'm a Scientologist, ma'am. Continue on.
Okay. Is there anything you want to share with me about Scientology that you find?
Sometimes I feel the god of Odin, like, thrusting forth through my breast as an alien being that was sent to dwell permanently in my soul before I go off in a metal spaceship, so... You look a little confused.
Well, I'm not really
Wikipedia.
familiar with Scientology, but I'm learning something. So this is
Yes.
this is your
Scientology.
this is your spiritual foundation.
Yes.
You practice this. Do you practice with your daughter also?
Tom Cruise usually, but
That's important.
no, my daughter is Presbyterian.
So
Anyway, can we continue on, please?
Oh, okay. So how does your substance use fit in with your spiritual beliefs?
Well, it's odd, because sometimes I feel better when I use the cocaine, because cocaine makes me feel better, as does Scientology. And together it's, like, massively great, until it wears off. But Scientology never wears off. Yes.
So you don't see where there's a conflict between drinking
No.
alcohol or using cocaine?
There is a
And-
conflict with my thoughts on my soul, which the god of Odin dwells. And it's kind of a problem.
I see.
If you want to know the truth.
I see you're feeling conflicted.
Yeah, it's hard to be a crack addict and a Scientologist, contrary to, popular belief, most belief, doctrine. Anyway.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing. So have you ever thought about changing anything about your alcohol or cocaine use?
No, I'm just here for fun. Oh, that was sarcasm. Sorry.
Fair enough.
Sorry, Scientologist.
So what are some of the changes you've considered?
Stopping.
Completely.
Yeah.
And what has gotten in the way of you stopping in the past?
How much I just darn like my cocaine and vodka. So good. All the vodka. Not all the cocaine, though. I don't get into that purple crap.
Okay. On a scale of
You didn't
1
know there
to
was purple
10.
crap. Never mind. Continue on.
Well,
yeah, I know.
On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being a highest,
Definitely
how would
10.
you rate
Definitely
your
10.
desire for changing your chemical use
Oh.
patterns and amounts?
9.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 also
like
being
3.
the highest, how would you rate your ability to
Oh,
make positive
3.
changes?
Oh, definitely 3.
Okay. Has anything gotten in the way of you making these positive changes?
It feels so good when I'm high. So good.
So, you want to tell me about the barriers to your change?
Yikes. We have a couple of cat guards. Oh, barriers. Yikes. I just love being high, and I was taught as a young child that being high was good.
Oh, I see.
Although a totally different meaning of the word high. But,
Oh, do you care to elaborate on that?
oh, my parents, I grew up in the circus.
In the circus, you
Yes,
say?
but we'll get to that later. Maybe the next page, after announcing my birth date. But continue on.
I already wrote your birthday down.
Birthplace. But
Oh,
I
okay.
don't believe we're to that part of the evaluation yet, probably, as that might mess up the order of
Is
things.
this your first evaluation?
Totally. Let's continue on.
Okay, as you think about your life today, are there any other changes that you would like to make?
I'd just like to be a better Scientologist, and be able to, make some smoothies with my daughter. Not because we stick, cocaine in our normal smoothies or anything, that would be wrong. And totally not a way of ingesting cocaine, which would hurt your stomach. Oh, sorry, leg spasm.
Okay. Now, could you tell me something about your substance use? What's your favorite type of alcohol or cocaine and about how much you use?
Oh, beer. I drink about 9 ounces per hour.
9 ounces.
Do you know how many ounces are in a can, ma'am? I'd like you to say this out loud.
I believe there's 12 ounces in a can. Do you measure it out?
Did I say 9 ounces? Silly me, I meant 9 pints. In those metric conversions.
Are you...
I'm a Scientologist.
Okay. And when was the last time that you had some alcohol?
9 minutes ago? 999, magic number. Yes, so I had bigger... Did I say minutes or hours? Metric conversions? I'm a Scientologist.
Minutes.
What? Why are we laughing?
I don't know. You just got that contagious laughter.
Do you just ever hug?
You know what? I prefer not to, just to keep it professional. But, you know.
Do you ever, like, grease the pinky with a pinky swear? Or, like, a knuckle bunch?
I think a knuckle bunch at the end of the session
Bump.
would work.
Okay, you say bunch.
Yeah, at the end of the session would be in order.
Oh.
Yeah, well, we'll move along. Just moving along.
Anyway, okay, go on.
So, when was the last time you had any cocaine?
The last time I blacked out.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any idea how long ago that was?
A couple of days ago.
Okay. And about how frequent would you say?
I was 6 months sober and then I went to a bar, nasty Western bar, and got into the cocaine. All of the cocaine, even the purple crap.
Do you have, what's the longest that you ever quit drinking or doing cocaine?
I began when I was 13. Well, 6 if you include the pixie sticks, but well, that's kind of a separate. I mean,
one substance at a time.
Yeah. Okay. So, I began when I was 13, and I've only ever gone 6 months straight, except for the 9 months I went with my daughter.
While you were pregnant.
Yeah, sure, pregnant. And
did you find that you had any problems with sleeping, passing out, vomiting, sweating?
Sometimes when I work out, yeah, I vomit and sweat and feel really short of breath, so I try to avoid that.
You avoid exercise so you don't get short of breath.
Yeah, because those are dangerous things when you're getting all red and like sweaty and short of breath. Like any physician would tell you that those are dangerous symptoms, and your body is obviously unhappy due to negative feedback.
I see.
And an increasing rate of, harm to, homeostasis within your body. I mean, awkward.
But you don't have you didn't notice that it was
Sometimes
simply related to when you ceased using
it's kind of when I exercise, and sometimes I exercise when using it, and when not, and I'm not taking any chances. Thank you.
Okay. Do you have any... Right now, we're going to kind of move on to your body, your physical condition. Do you have any injuries?
Broken pinky toe. Don't worry, got a Blue's Clues Band-Aid for it. Blue's Clues Band-Aid. Doctor recommended, yeah. It's friggin' hot, but I can't show you right now. I got boots on.
And those are quite nice boots.
Yeah. I'm glad you liked them. I saw how my contagious smile made you... It was a bit of an easy smile, but it's working.
Yeah.
We got our mouths closer, but... Oh, it works, see?
Yeah. You gotta figure it out. Okay, so do you have a doctor? Are you currently seeing a doctor?
Dr. Mike.
Okay. And where is he at?
Don't you recognize his name? Because we've been working so hard on...
It sounds like... I know there's a Dr. Mike at Family Health Services.
That is the right place! It's not like I forgot the place, I was just testing you. Because that would be ludicrous.
Right.
At best.
And when was the last time you saw him?
Oh. Yikes. Oh. Like February 9th of this year or something.
You have to think about that one.
Yeah, crack, cocaine, Scientology.
At this time, because that's just recently, that's just a few months ago, so did you do an infectious disease assessment or review?
I'm pretty good to go.
That's good to know.
I believe. You would tell me if I wasn't good to go, right? If you had any, sense of, if there was any specific questions you wanted to ask.
And I needed information. Yeah, I would.
You would maybe say like, oh yes, you say you feel as though you might have an allergy to carrots or something, which would be ludicrous.
I would
also,
ask
which we'll get along to later.
Question. Yes, I would. Okay. Are you pregnant now?
Nope. Excuse
Well, I'm not saying that you look pregnant. I'm just, it's a question that's right here. I have to ask it. I have to ask all these questions.
No. I had a hysterectomy.
Okay.
Due
And
to complications.
when you
My
were,
joke. Okay, let's just move on.
was your pregnancy with your daughter, was that full
Oh
term?
yeah, super hot. Good time. We had a
Okay.
baby. Named Bernice.
Okay. And do
Yeah.
you have any sort of chronic diseases like hepatitis, abnormal liver function, heart problems, skin infections?
Sometimes I suffer
diabetes?
from clinomania, but
And what is that?
it's kind of defined as the excessive need to stay in bed in the morning, but yeah, due to like tiredness or lethargy or apathy, but
I think I might suffer from that.
are you sure about the hug? Can we knuckle punch now? Cause I just
I think we can get one knuckle punch out of the way. Yeah,
Thank
I think
you.
we can do that.
Thank you.
But I did not know there was such a disease, and I'm now gonna have to call my physician. You like Dr. Mike? You think he works well with you? And this broken pinky toe, how did it get broken?
I have a scooter.
So you were riding your scooter?
Maybe attempted a few cool tricks, like there's one where you just kind of like scooter and go forward towards the destination. It's a little tricky, yeah.
I'm not.
I didn't obviously get it, the scootering forward to your destination on a perfectly blank sidewalk with no obstacles in the way, other than like your own stupid 2 feet. That sometimes happens, but it's hard scootering forward towards your destination.
Sounds difficult.
Yeah. So I broke my pinky toe.
Are you on
this-
any
this
medication?
foot.
Are you on any medication?
Blues Clues Band-Aids, man. Yeah, I'm not
I
repeating
remember
this crap
that.
anymore.
I remember
Get a
that.
clue.
Those
Oh.
yeah. Are you taking anything for allergies? Anything over the counter?
Nope,
anything like that?
none of those
Okay.
problems.
Do you have a family history of illness, like diabetes, high blood pressure?
My mother was schizophrenic, and so was she. So, what are you smiling about? This is serious to me.
It is. It's. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're just trying to lighten the mood.
Well, when I'm.
Odin bless you.
Thank you.
Tom Cruise too,
Thank you.
if you're that type.
Do you have any dental or vision or hearing problems? Very nice. Very nice. And other than the pinky toe incident, have you been to the ER in the past 2 years?
No.
Okay.
Unless you heard I'd been to the ER, because I might have forgot.
Nothing came
Okay,
across my
then we're
desk.
good.
Have you had any recent changes in weight? Have you gained or lost? Let's
I
say?
gained, what would you say, like 45 pounds?
I didn't know you previously, but I think 45 pounds sounds like a.
It is 45 pounds. You're good at guessing. We're kind of
Absolutely.
kindred spirits here.
Were you comfortable?
What do you know about Scientology? Anyway,
Are you comfortable with that weight? You wear it well.
yeah, I'm comfortable with the weight, obviously.
Have you ever been diagnosed with an eating disorder?
I like food. But do I look like I've been diagnosed with an eating disorder? Would you tell me? Is there anything you would just throw out there that, could be
No,
written
I
on the
wouldn't.
paper in the future?
No, nothing.
Okay, good.
Have you had unprotected sex with someone who's been using drugs? Do you use needles? Do you share needles?
Oh. No, but do I appear as though there might be something I've done in the past while? There's just nothing,
No.
nothing that could appear on the
Possibly.
paper? Oh, what a lovely pen you have.
Possibly been raped.
Oh, you're right. I was
During a
raped
blackout.
9 times during my last blackout, which was super sad, so we're going to continue on. Because I have to remain very serious about this matter.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Rape is
Super
not
serious.
a laughing matter.
Not a laughing matter or something that all of that happens to you. That would, no, wrong. Yes,
Very
bad.
sad.
I like
So,
vitamins and NyQuil.
I was going to ask about medications.
Oh, hey,
again.
vitamins and NyQuil, most of the Flintstone gummies.
Oh,
Continue on.
Okay. Well, we're moving right along here. Thank you for staying with me.
Oh, you see the page called mental state. You must think I'm perfectly okay.
That's right. So I'm now going to ask you about your past relationships. And at this time, I'm going to also ask if there's anything you need. Once again, do you need a bathroom break? Do you need some water?
I want your hair. Sorry. No, I'm good. Let's continue on.
Okay. Have you ever been a victim of violence, been pushed, punched, slapped, or kicked?
My ex-husband often called me meanie face.
I'm sorry.
His name was Donald.
And I can see that where that would hurt. Did you experience any sexual trauma as an adolescent or an adult?
Do I look like maybe I was raped or I would mention something about being raped?
Yeah, you did mention that one.
Yes, okay, but that was the only instance of rape I would appear to mention?
Yes.
Okay, good, because that's totally true.
Did you get any counseling for during this harsh marital abuse?
I'm thinking no.
Okay.
Are you thinking no as well?
I'm
looks
thinking...
on my face and maybe like previous premonitions or something. You're so fun how you just like can laugh with me when it's time to laugh, but not in an unprofessional way.
Right,
you just
you.
know perfectly.
Yeah,
You're so professional.
I'm empathetic.
It'd be like if
I
you were in a
understand.
school or something, you would deserve like top marks.
Like
anyway.
an A.
Yeah, like an A.
Thank you. I appreciate that
Yeah.
feedback. So you're not having any problems with hypervigilance or maybe, well, you did say that you gained some weight, so your eating habits changed?
You know, if you happen to have like 3 random questions, I'd say no to them, but then yes to one that had to deal with my change in my eating/sleeping habits. It's so fun how we can laugh together, and it's so professional of you to do so. I adore it. Yeah. And you're always serious when you need to be.
Yeah.
A+ to you if I was a teacher grading like
Thank you.
an evaluation of some sort.
I'm glad that you're
Yeah, you're
having
really good
fun
at
here.
this.
Okay, so now I'm gonna
I've
ask
gambled
you.
before.
Oh, that's great. That's what I was gonna ask. I was
We
gonna
have
ask.
this thing.
It's like a connection instantly, and that's gonna help move things along because it's not like you're getting off topic or anything.
No.
And making this difficult for me.
No.
Which, you know, even if I didn't have the power to, you know, ground you or cut off your funding, because that would not be.
There's no way you could do that because you are some randomly named I've never met before, and I'm a Scientologist. We don't believe in money.
So we're empathetic, and there's
cruise bills.
nothing else going on here.
Cruise
So
bills.
I'm going to ask you about this compulsive behaviors. You mentioned gambling, any eating, OCD.
Sometimes I'm broke because I gamble.
Oh, okay. So
Can't.
okay.
Maybe we should move on to like my place of birth or something, because I know that.
Okay, let's move on. Where were you born?
Timbuktu, Africa.
Okay.
In the country that Timbuktu is in, which of course we both know right now, which you'll write down promptly.
Okay. And did you live with your birth parents? Were you adopted? What kind of a home life did you
My
have?
mother was the bearded lady in the circus. They were circus folk, which would be something you put under like socioeconomic group or something, like that. I'd put circus folk, for instance. And my father, correct me if I'm wrong. Just kidding, you wouldn't know any of these things.
Right, 'cause I'm some random person.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. This is really,
Yeah.
really, really hard on me. And
So
there's nothing.
You traveled a lot.
Yeah, we traveled a lot.
Right. Were your parents? Did they use substances? Like
They got high on the trapeze. Oh, and the catapult. Yeah. Okay.
That's pretty. That's pretty funny.
No, this is.
I mean, I'm getting that that's a joke that you make. Am I incorrect? Like, is that not
You're
a
so
joke?
professional to check this way, and you are so correct as usual.
Oh, thank you.
You're a professional lady.
I
Gosh,
have-
sometimes I wish you were like I had a mom like you. Sorry, nothing against my mother.
Right.
She owns a brothel.
Oh, this is after the circus?
Oh yeah, like right now. She lives 2 blocks away from me, which is something you usually get asked.
Yeah, I was getting to that.
Yeah, it wasn't missed or anything. The evaluation.
No.
Because this isn't like a previously done thing or anything. So this is just kind
very
of we're just
thorough.
going. We're just going. Anyway.
Right.
Yes.
Have you had enough sleep?
You could say that.
Living off of Red Bull?
I don't take Red Bull. Did I tell you I took Red Bull earlier?
Well, I wasn't really. I was just trying to find out.
No, I am all natural.
Okay.
All natural cocaine, all natural vodka, all natural, like, you know, Splenda, all natural.
All right then.
Sorry, I'm trying to get over my sousaphobia.
And
It's a slow process.
Oh,
Yordle the turtle. It's a rhyme, and I'm okay at that.
Good for you. Way to use your
Thank
break.
you. Yes.
So
How was your break? Never mind. Okay.
it was a good potty break. I needed that. Apparently, when I need to pee, I laugh a lot. I'm gonna have to talk to Dr. Mike about that.
Oh, it's so good that we both just adore Dr. Mike.
Right.
Maybe in different ways. We'll get into that later.
All
Continue.
right. So we have established, just getting back to things, that your mom does not seem to have any sort of a substance abuse problem.
No,
But
other than the
she-
fact that she's schizophrenic and so is she. And she's bearded. But other than that, I wouldn't call it, unless you call it adrenaline, a substance abuse problem.
And, right. But your dad, what about him?
After suffering with stick-to-the-mountain for 3 years,
Stick it to
my
mine.
father actually is only converting me to Scientology.
Oh.
He was a remaster of the circus and found my mother's beard most luxurious, especially since it was like bald.
They just balanced each other
Dexter,
out.
his name was Dexter. Who died when I was 7-ish, because that's about when I knew how to. Because the same night I had finally mastered the double backflip off the trapeze onto the unicycle on top of the dancing bear back through the seal cannonball into the flaming pit of lions. So
It's very complicated, so there's no way you
Yeah.
would have learned that by the time you were 5. You
yes, it was a 7-year-old thing, you understand. And so my father, and it was the first I had done it, and it was a bit of a rite of passage turning 7. In fact, it was several days after my 7th birthday. I'd been working up to this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, after holding my breath underwater for 30 minutes each day. Yeah, it's just one of those things. They only had me, you see, because they only needed one to stuff inside a suitcase.
Oh, well,
Yes.
that makes sense.
Yes,
no,
to pop out at age of 2 into a triple back tuck layout springboard flat into the mouth of the angry hippo.
Well, I see you have
Pink
a
tutu.
lot of
Red
circus
crown.
experience. Thank you for
Yes.
sharing.
Oh, yeah.
I need to
I had
get
monkey brothers, though.
that
We were
must
rather
have been
close.
fascinating.
In fact, I could bring
I
you
kinda-
sometime.
I kind of would like to talk about your dad's use. Perhaps he used some alcohol and he's deceased.
Oh, this is so hard.
I know it's tough to
Oh,
talk
alcohol. Yes, he did use alcohol. I remember this now.
about. Hard to talk about. I understand. So we'll just kind of move on.
We
Maybe
only
this
use
is
classy stuff. Like
classy stuff.
champagne because it was so bubbly, and wine. I'm not nearly as classy as my father. I'm into beer and vodka.
Okay.
Vodka's like the beer of Russia, so. Anyway, continue on.
Okay. So you said that you had monkeys. Would you call them your
Yes.
pets or more like your siblings?
Oh. Is there a difference?
To some people, I'm just trying to understand really how you
Say
relate.
the question again.
Your monkeys. Would you say they were more like pets, or would you say since you were an only child, it was kind of more like a family?
Yes.
All right.
I love them.
How would you say your family disciplined you and related emotionally to you and to
Oh,
others?
the fire whip. Oh, good old fire whip. Mother.
Pretty harsh. Pretty.
No, the fire whip. Oh dear.
Oh no.
The fire whip was nothing. Mother could not catch me.
Oh.
Ha!
Okay, so when your dad died, is that when you left the circus?
Yes, mother who was a pharmacist. Oh, this is on my mind. We started with her dad, and and mom went back. He actually met her when she was at pharmaceutical school, and he was a test subject for hair growth, and she was actually trying to reverse effects of her hair growth here, and they realized that they completed each other, and I have hair, and they really they really did complete each other. But mother went back actually to be a pharmacist here in Podunk, Idaho. So, yes. And I was just supposed to carrot harvest all the time, and I really wasn't the biggest fan of carrot harvest. You love carrots too?
Yes, I think.
I actually don't like carrots, because all I ever did was freaking harvest them. Yeah, but, and then I just kept running away to the circus. I ran away to home.
Yeah, because the circus was home to you, and being settled, that was...
No, you're so right, especially in Podunk.
Right. So, not quite as exciting as what you were used to, so in order to calm the boredom you switched
I know Podunk's cool, it's been
crack.
founded since the year 10, but yeah, crack's good.
Right.
I like you.
And I like you. So, I would like you to...
I'm just so happy thinking about my childhood.
Oh, well, it did sound exciting. I would like you to tell me something about your daughter's father or any significant romantic relationships.
He sucks.
Sucks.
Yes.
Does
Sucks.
Does she ever see him?
Sorry,
or is he
my
living?
headache. Sorry.
Does he
Sometimes
use
I forgot to mention I get
substances?
headaches sometimes because of cocaine. He was abusive, and he was on heroin, which he blended in smoothies. I mentioned something before, but I would never blend crack in smoothies because that would hurt your stomach. But heroin, it's perfectly okay. Yes.
You obviously know a lot about.
I know so much about
drugs.
drugs. All the drugs.
Yeah, very well educated in that area. I'm so glad that I picked you for
I
this.
love petting imaginary cats.
Oh, well, you do seem to have a lot in common with
leg spasms.
with animals. Are you sure you don't need some water or something?
What? No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, we just have a little while longer.
I'm sorry. I do have some things in common with them. I
So-
nuzzle.
Wow. That's
You're so
very
kind. Most of the
affectionate.
people run away screaming words.
I'm not allowed
Words.
to.
Words.
So, I'm sorry.
I just remember all the words. But when I was younger, some of the cornies made me do things I didn't understand at the time because I was so young. Differential calculus, elementary statistics, the normal, and lots of Webster dictionary. Awful. Continue on.
Thus the words.
Scientology.
All right. Well, if you're okay, I'd like to continue. Okay. So, you and your daughter Bernice
Yeah, Bernie's.
are the only ones living in the household?
We have lots of cats.
Lots of cats. But no other people.
Oh no, she's my daughter who's 12. Cats are kind of like people. It's kind of weird when someone's like, I remember being a kid and my mom was like, oh, we're gonna go meet my friend, she's a cat person, and I got, really excited, thinking some cool hybrid thing. Get there and it's like, no, she's a person that likes cats.
Yeah, it is kind of a
Cat
strange
people
turn.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm working on some of the
Being a part-
splicing of
you are.
genetics, so, but we'll get into that
someday
later. I
you'll
like
have-
crack. Anyway.
Okay.
This is fun, in a way, to let it all out.
Yeah, it's a safe place here.
It's so safe.
So I was wondering if you'd had any thoughts of suicide in the past or currently.
Nope, I'm good on all of the check marks you may have in such an area, like...
Like, no
nope,
thought of
none of that.
hanging
No,
on?
actually none of that.
No.
No, none at
Oh,
all. Oh,
okay.
lady, no, not me.
Okay,
Oh.
how would you say alcohol and drugs affect your behavior or moods? Have you felt aggressive
What does
when
it look
doing
like
it?
right now? Just kidding.
Have you felt aggressive when doing it, or depressed, or maybe you've committed
just-
some illegal
I just feel like
activities?
unicycling on, the water tower, and they'll say that's illegal, but I think it's my right to
So you've had some
bear it all.
problems with trespassing. Why don't you keep your shirt on? Just
Oh, it's
for,
really, it's kind of hot in here.
Oh, I'm sorry. We'll see about turning down the heat. If you were
The
going
heat.
to like BYU or something,
That's
they might
funny,
find this an
because
interesting
when I was in,
video.
that's funny, I laugh because when I was in Africa, it really was hard on me, because the heat, you couldn't turn it off. I see the jokes you make. It's so good how professional you are about your jokes, and knowing the time to say them by, mirroring my own reactions and making me
Right.
feel comfortable. Thank you.
Not saying anything about your lack of cultural
Yeah.
sensitivity
Yeah.
by making Native American warrior sounds when talking about Africa.
It's a Scientology thing.
And I am learning so much. Thank you again.
You're so kind.
So, have you been to any sort of mental health counseling, which I highly recommend?
What?
Well, I'm just wondering if you've been to any sort of counseling in the past, or done any sort of 12-step groups, or...
NA and AA are 2 12-step groups I have done.
For how long?
Yikes, okay, so 7, 8 months?
Yeah.
8 of the months.
You had to think about that. You weren't looking
Yeah.
at the page at all.
No, I had to do some
You were
counting with my fingers, because that's how I count. That's how we do in Africa without calculators, so it's hard after 10.
Gotta take
How
your
you
shoes
get
off.
the toe? Oh, no, the blues goes back. Lady.
I was not meaning anything.
Kidding. Okay,
Oh.
go on.
So have you ever been hospitalized for any psychiatric things? Like you said your mom has schizophrenia. Have you had any
And she does
problems?
too.
Right.
Um,
That joke wasn't told
no.
3 times ago.
Wait, what joke?
No, I was thinking that you were making a joke. See, sometimes I
But
lose the
you're so
connection.
good about gracefully getting out of it that we're gonna move on promptly. Oh, and then you're laughing just when I wanted you to. You got it back.
Thank you.
Oh, yikes! I just.
So
that
you said
pen,
your mom
that's such
had
a good pen. Sorry, I'm glad we're both admiring it because
Yeah.
Thunderbird Motel in Elko, Nevada. Was that a nice place?
Yes.
So I just like to get to
enjoyed
know
it
my-
there. I recommend going to Lamoille Canyon if you ever get there.
Oh, okay.
So your mom has schizophrenia. How
and
was
she was treated with
treated?
like outpatient stuff and some medications.
So she was never inpatient. She never.
No.
Okay. And she takes
Never.
her medication regularly.
Yeah,
Okay.
I hope.
So-
And she does too.
Right.
And she would too.
Right.
Yeah.
So, have there been any consequences at your job? Where are you working?
I'm working at Target.
And what do you do there?
Some would call it a cashier job. Others would call it like ruler of all things monetary and clinky. Yeah.
Clinky.
Yes, I'm glad you know the word.
I actually wasn't familiar with that. I just got that added to my vocabulary. Thank you.
Yes.
And how long have you been working at Target?
Oh, yikes. A year, I
A
would
year.
say.
And where
I
were
would
you
say.
working before that?
My mother's brothel/costume shop.
Oh, okay. And what made you decide to leave?
The fact it was a brothel/costume shop. Change. I want to change.
Right. Okay. Let's try to keep our clothes on through the interview.
What are you talking about? It's just so hot in here.
I know that, and we are working on that. I will
Yeah.
call Fred.
Sorry, Africa.
I-
Scientology.
Okay,
Crack.
I think we're gonna. I think you need to go to the bathroom here shortly.
Oh, do I?
Yes,
You're so right.
it's that
You know,
empathy.
it's time for the knuckle bunch.
Yeah.
Do you need to like fart or something, or you're good?
No, we're gonna go ahead before.
Because
we
I
move
can
on
leave
the
if you
next
need to
one.
fart.
Now, well, let me ask you one more question.
Oh, yes.
Were you ever in any military?
No.
That's a really good salute.
Okay, you caught me. Girl Scouts.
Awesome. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I will be right back from the bathroom.